Hey everybody, welcome to Freedom Garage, and this is the 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid. This is the vehicle that has taken the racing world by storm. This is the fastest accelerating production vehicle in the world, and there's a lot of staggering numbers associated with this vehicle, including the cost, and we'll go over that. I want to show you the outside of the vehicle, we'll show you the inside of the vehicle, some of its quirks, and then we're going to take it out for a ride. So the now famous Tesla Model S Plaid has taken the world by storm, not only in the performance category, but the styling as well as the range. Now, being a Tesla, it's a fully electric vehicle, and the range on this vehicle is almost 400 miles on a full charge. This has 1,020 horsepower. This one is in, I like to call it gunmetal gray. It comes with the 21-inch arachnid wheels. Now, being a Tesla, there are cameras all over this. Now, as you can see, as I approach, because my phone is in my pocket, the door handles will automatically open and unlock the vehicle. You can do that with the app, as well as with these credit card keys that Tesla includes, so you can keep one in your wallet and never lose your keys, as well as this key fob. Now, continuing around the vehicle, this is a family sedan, which makes it even that much more impressive with the speed and performance. Sits 5. Again, the tires, 21-inch. They're the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S's, and if you're wondering, they're 295/30 ZR21s. Coming around the back, you can see the sleek styling. This one does have all of the carbon fiber accents, the telltale sign. This is a Plaid. Now, via the app, you can open up the trunk and the front, which is the front trunk, and there's not a lot of storage in here because there are 3 motors on this vehicle. One is on the front axle and a dual setup on the rear axle. And the only fluid you need to worry about changing on a Tesla is the washer fluid. The trunk you can open via the app or the remote pop, which is just under the rear deck, and it will open automatically. Here there's a ton of storage space. You have the privacy shelf, which will fold up if you need more room, and it is also very easily removable should you want to lay down the 3 seats. Now, Tesla claims you can put a full bicycle in here without having to remove your tire, and you can see I also have the Tesla all-weather mats just to keep everything clean. So under this first trunk space, there is a sub-trunk, if you will. There is quite a bit of space in there. As you can see, I have my charging cables there. And on this side, there's another secret compartment where you can put smaller items. Now, the interior of the Model S Plaid is all new. And the only thing Tesla kept, from what I hear, are the actual frame rails for the seats. First off, the obvious issue, the bone of contention, people either love it or hate it, is this yoke. You'll also notice that there are no stocks for turn signal or windshield wiper, nothing that you've known your entire driving career and have tons of muscle memory learning how to use. But the new layout with the Tesla Model S Plaid it's actually pretty simple once you use it for a little while. Within the first day, I had no issues. Your turn signals are touch sensitive buttons here on your yoke. You get a little haptic feedback when you press it. Here is your headlights and high beams. And this click wheel is fully dedicated to audio. Scroll it up or down to control your volume. Click it left or right for repeat or skip, and you can press in for play or pause. Now, the headlight button I think I've used once because I use the automatic headlights in the vehicle. So the vehicle will turn the lights on when it's needed, thus I never need to really worry about it. Now, this is not a horn. That is the one complaint I have on this new design for the driver, for the controller, is this is not a horn. It's obviously the airbag, but the horn is another haptic button here, and you can press that to toot your horn. Now, this click wheel is dedicated to the autopilot. You can initiate cruise control and autopilot, and to the right of that we have the windshield wiper and washer controls. Press and hold it to wash your windows, and this is to use your voice commands in the car or to answer text messages and stuff like that. Now, another thing that Tesla has initiated with the Plaid is the ability to have the vehicle guess which gear you should be in. You can see that says tap to activate drive. Now this is called auto shift out of park. It is in beta, but when parked, it will automatically shift into drive or reverse when your doors are closed and your driver's seatbelt is buckled and you press the brake. And it does that by using the cameras to see if there are any obstructions in front of you or behind you. And it's pretty darn accurate. The only time I have had to use the other options for shifting is when I was doing a 3-point turn or backing into a parking space in a garage. Now, you can also see on the screen, you have your range as well as the outside temperature. You have your gear, whether it's in park, reverse, neutral, or drive, as well as your time. And again, I'll just tap on the brake and it'll shift right into drive. It indicates which direction the vehicle will go once you press drive, and there you go. Now, to put the vehicle in park, you can see here on the left side of the screen, there's a vehicle with an arrow that is telling you that the car is in drive. You can tap to park, you can swipe down to go in reverse, swipe back up to go into drive, or tap to park. Also on the bottom is hold for neutral. Now, one thing I want to show you again in reverse is when you go into reverse, automatically your backup camera as well as your blind spot cameras on either side of the vehicle automatically come up into play, and the resolution is much better with this new 17-inch screen that Tesla has included in this upgrade. Now, sticking with the driver's controls, just about everything else that has to do with the vehicle operation takes place on this screen. You can tap the bottom of the screen here where the car symbol is, and you get all of your controls. You can open the trunk and the front. You can lock your doors. You also can adjust your mirrors. You can adjust your yoke. You turn your wipers on, lock your windows, raise your suspension, which is pretty easy to do. And it also will GPS save the location. So now every time I come back here, it's gonna raise. You can fold your mirrors, you can move your display. This is a cool addition. So I previously had a Model 3 and we traded it in for this, but the screen was just in one position and that was that. Here, you can change the display from tilted toward the driver to folded flat like most previous Teslas have. And you can also orient it towards the passenger if they wanted to go on the internet or play a game, which they can do, passengers, while the vehicle is in drive. Now, you can also address your dash cam and your Sentry. Sentry is using all of your exterior cameras to monitor the vehicle while you are away from it, and it can record to a flash drive. Now, you can also adjust your brightness on your screen, and this is another quirk, this is another complaint I have. The only way to open the glove box is to press that button. There should be another way, another button. You can hide it or secret it underneath that you should be able to open this without having to access the menu, but it is what it is. Tesla went with a very minimalistic design, and this is part of it. Now, continuing on the menu, you have pedals and steering. You can change your acceleration type. You can put it into drag strip mode and launch mode, which is where you get the 0 to 60 in less than 2 seconds. You can change your steering modes. You can have auto turn signals, canceling, and track mode, which was one of the detractions of this vehicle when it first came out, is that it would have difficulties with the power steering keeping up with quick turns if you were on a track. Furthermore, you have the auto shift out of park, and you also have slip start, which helps to free your vehicle when it's stuck in snow, sand, or mud. Now, the Tesla Model S Plaid is all-wheel drive, and this will help go to a lower ratio to help get out of those situations. Continuing on, we have suspension. Again, you can change your suspension from comfort, auto, or sport, or even tune it to your individual desires. You can use comfort dampening and autopilot. You can adjust your ride height. There's all kinds of ways you can tune this in, and you can default your ride height to low, which if you live in an area that has flat streets with no potholes, that'll be good. Now, the charging screen, you can see the status of your charge. You can schedule your charge, and it'll tell you about your supercharging and stuff like that. Autopilot, if you've seen Tesla, this is all familiar with you, but this is where you can control your following distance and set your speeds and stuff like that, your offset, your blind spot cameras. From here, you can also control your lights, your fog lights, and all kinds of stuff like that. You can adjust the display. This is for your trips. This is for your custom navigation. Your safety section is for Sentry mode and to give a PIN number to drive the vehicle or to open the glove box. Service will monitor all of your wheel sensors. You can also do car wash mode for people who are Tesla owners. That is key. Then you can see what kind of software you have, as well as any available upgrades for your car. Now, the rest of the screen has a bunch of apps that you can use, including your HVAC screen, adjusts your Your vents, which are, you can't see the vents, they're all hidden in the vehicle, but you can see on the display, you can raise them and lower them with the finger, and you can also close them or spread them. It's pretty cool. You can adjust all of your typical modes. Tesla has this biodefense mode, which is basically a super HEPA filter, which will clean out your air. So if you're in an area that has some toxic air or smoke or some foul smells, that will take care of it for you. Now you can see the yoke is also heated, as is the windshield wiper area, and you can control the rear passenger AC and heat as well, and the seats are heated too. Now the rest of the apps, you can add them as you so wish. You can add any of your apps to your bottom dock. I have my phone, my radio, XM, streaming, browser, Sentry, and cameras, and everything else is under here, as well as Bluetooth. Now, browser, it's not the fastest, most responsive browser you're familiar with, but it does work well. You can see there's a little bit of lag. Now the modem in the Teslas are only 2, 3, and 4G. They haven't upgraded to a 5G yet, and that obviously just showed. Now if you're, say, charging or parked waiting for somebody, you can also have some fun with the theater mode. You can watch Netflix and Hulu, Disney+, YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. You can also access the arcade. There's a ton of games that are included with your Tesla. And this new system has a ton of processing power in which you can play console level games inside your vehicle. You can see they do require a game controller. You can either plug it in with a USB, and you can also have Bluetooth connected controllers as well. Another thing that's kind of cool in Teslas is the toy box, and there's a couple other things. There's the romanticizer. If you want to take the ladies out, you can see all my fingerprints, but it'll turn the fire on, turn the heat on, and if you tap it again, it'll play some music. Immediately below the screen is wireless phone charger, and here, I just turned these on. In addition to your hazard, you get actual physical controls for your transmission should the screen go down. These will illuminate like they are here and allow you to put your car into park, neutral, drive, and reverse. Again, nice use of carbon fiber, and this is a multi-stage storage area. You can open this halfway and reveal your cup holders. You can open it all the way up and reveal like a cubby that you can use for trinkets and whatnot, and sunglasses. You can also open this cubby by pushing it forward, and you can also pull back on the cup holder to reveal a cavernous storage area here. And to close the same sides, you just tap them once and they will close. And on the cover, you tap it once, it'll close halfway, tap it again, it'll close everything up. Now the controls are very simple and sleek. You have your 4 window controls, and they are all 1 touch down and 1 touch up. And on the top here, you have another button that you push, and the car will pop the door open. Now in the event that you lose power, here is a physical latch that you can pull up to open the door, although Tesla recommends you do not do this unless you absolutely need to, because you run risk of damaging your trim, because when the door opens, the window drops slightly, and if you lose power, that obviously won't happen. You do have an internal camera here, as well as your map lights. You have your sunshades with mirrors and a huge panoramic roof. The entire roof of the Tesla is glass. Another benefit of the new design of the Tesla Model S was the redesigned rear seat. A lot of people had complaints about the seat in the room. I'm 6'1", I have plenty of room, and I have a ton of leg space as well, and I sit all the way back. Now to access the armrest here in the back, there's a hidden button on the back of the headrest that pops right down. You can see there are 2 cup holders, an armrest that does come up to reveal a little bit of storage, as well as 2 more phone chargers. Something new in the Model S redesign is this 3rd screen for the rear passengers. You can obviously access your HVAC controls. You can change your vents for each side independently. You can access your heated seats, music for the rear listeners, as well as watch movies. Parents, this is a godsend. Now an upcoming update will allow games to be played back here as well. But again, tons of room. I have had 5 full-size adults in this vehicle experiencing what we're about to experience next, and that is the gut-wrenching speed this vehicle is capable of. This is amazingly fast. 0 to 60 in 1.99 seconds. It'll do a quarter mile in just over 9 seconds, and this thing flies. So now let's take it for a ride. Let's see what all of the hubbub is about. The Tesla Model S Plaid, the fastest production vehicle in the history of the world. Let's check it out. Now, driving the Tesla Model S Plaid without a round wheel isn't that big of a deal. As you can see, this is just normal everyday driving. It's not a big deal. We'll do some turns on it and you can see just how easy it is to actually operate. And then we're going to talk about the blazing speed that comes with the astronomical price tag. Now, these vehicles, before the supply chain issues that caused everything in the world to go up in price with inflation and stuff, these were 135,000 and change, and now, depending on how you spec it out with your wheel package and stuff, you can go over $150,000 on these, which is obviously a lot of money. Now, with that money comes the best accelerating vehicle, the fastest car there is. It's got 0 to 60 speeds that beat Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Bugattis, you name it. There's plenty of videos out there of these vehicles on tracks just kicking butt. Now let's just go show you what everybody's here for, and that's just pure acceleration and adrenaline. So while we're here, I'm going to put 1 foot on the brake all the way down, 1 foot on the accelerator. It is now going to go into the cheetah stance, preparing for launch. The nose dips, the rear end comes up slightly, and it'll tell us when it's ready for launch. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It is amazingly fast. Some of the G-forces are amazing. So this is the 2022 Tesla Model S Plaid. I hope you enjoyed this review. This is the first one for the channel. If you liked what you saw, if you enjoy learning about really fast cars in layman's terms, then please hit that subscribe button down below. Let's grow Freedom Garage to be something we could all be proud of. And in a future video, I'm going to tell you what I don't like about my Tesla, because there are some things that didn't go over well when you think of the purchase price. All that and more on the future videos of Freedom Garage. So please hit the like button and subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.